Hey guys, it's Ed. This week, putting split point 135 degree drills to the test versus standard 118 degree drills. Word on the street is with 135 degree point and a split tip, you don't need to spot, the drill will not walk, whereas 118 degree standard drill tips tend to walk without a spot drill, especially in longer lengths as we're using here. So, trying out a couple different sizes, 3/16 and 3/32 in both aluminum and steel to see if we can capture visually or with metrology any difference between these two drills. To minimize variables, these are brand new drills with equal stick out and equal run out at the tip of the tool. Welcome to another Wednesday widget. First up, 6061 aluminum, standard 118 drill with a non-split tip, 3/16 diameter, running at 150 surface feet, feeding at 5 thou per rev, running a standard drilling cycle, no packing, no chip breaking, at a depth of 2 times the drill diameter. Visually, I'm not seeing any walking here. We'll see how things look when we break out the metrology tools. Next up, that split point 135 degree tool, same speeds and feeds, same exact tool path. Also does a good job, but I'm noticing a little bit of a squeal at the bottom, which is interesting, and this tool seems to leave more of a burr along the edge of the part. Since we weren't able to see the 3/16 walking at all, let's try the same drills, but in 3/32 size. First up, again, the 118, 7,500 RPM here, which is the machine's max, right around 180 surface feet per minute, and still at 5 thou per tooth and drilling to a depth of 2 times diameter. We'll see how the footage looks and the measurements, but I'm still not seeing any walking. Now, 135 degree split point. Again, seeing more of a burr on the 135 degree split point drill than on the 118. All right, now let's get some metrology in here, measure the spacing and the actual hole size, and see if there was any walking or wobble that might have caused the hole to be either in the wrong spot or off size. Checking our 3/16 holes, I found that a 187 minus pin fits well in our 118 tip, non-split point drilled holes. Very slightest bit of wiggle. A nice little pop. Feel is consistent throughout all 5 of our test holes. In our 135 degree split point holes, very loose. We're all the way at a 193 minus pin on these for the same type of fit. A little snug, a little more snug, but they actually feel a bit bell-mouthed even. Fits better at the top, tightens out at the bottom, which leads me to believe that the 135 is actually walking more in this case. The 3/32 are more what you would expect to see. In the 118 non-split tipped holes, we have a 098 minus pin. Fits snugly in all of these. Will not go in the 135 degree split pin holes. And an 097 minus fits nicely in the 135 degree split pin holes. And of course, quite wobbly in the 118s. All right, now we're going to run through all the same tools in 1018 steel. Now the 135 split point. No noticeable difference in burr this time with steel, whereas I saw it with aluminum. Now back to the 3/32, 118 degree standard tip. Might have seen some walking there. We'll see how the footage and measurements look. And lastly, the 3/32, 135 degree split point. Okay, now before we pull it out, let's again check the bore sizes with gauge pens. A little bit of wobble there with the 187 minus. Look at that. This might warrant further research because, you know, we could have a fluke bad grind on this one drill we tried, but that's very interesting. And again, seems that the smaller 118 drill is drilling a bit oversized, and the 135 almost wants to go with the 097. Let's try an 096. Yeah, that's a nice tight fit. There's this one, wobbly as all get out. This time testing on 1018 again, but for good measure I've faced the surface. My thought with the last one was the unfaced surface is harder and probably more likely to cause walking, and my test holes will be near to this cleaned up edge, so I can use a micrometer with a changeable anvil to measure hole position. First up, 118 degree, 3/16 standard point drill. Now 135 degree split point. And again, now the same drills in 3/30 seconds. To check the XY positional accuracy of the holes we drilled and see if the drills might have walked at all, I tilted the test parts up 90 degrees on a granite surface plate and used dowel pins and a digital height gauge to measure their positions. Holes drilled with the 135 degree split point drills tended to be within a few thou of their nominal positions, often right on. Standard 118 degree drills were more in the 3 to 5 thou range within the nominally commanded hole positions, but we had a couple major outliers in the 9 thou range in the cases where you could actually see walking happening. Because of the bell mouthing issue we saw with the 135 degree drills, off camera I went ahead and ran the same test, but this time spotting with a 140 degree spot drill beforehand, and surprisingly I saw absolutely no improvement in either hole size or the bell mouthing, so still not sure what the cause of that was. The 135 degree drill does seem to give better chip control, forming a tighter chip that breaks more readily and clears the flutes easier. In both materials, the overall hole quality tended to be better with the 118 degree standard point drills. Holes were much closer to their nominal size and did not see any of the bell mouthing the 135 exhibited. Now our tests here were far from exhaustive, so the results may not be conclusive in all cases. I think it does definitely go to show that a 135 degree split point drill doesn't guarantee you an on-size, on-position hole with no spot drill beforehand, and that there are definitely trade-offs for one type of drill versus another. As always, choking up on that tool and minimizing stick out will help reduce tool deflection. So use the shortest length drill you can get away with. The rule of thumb is you want to leave 2 drill diameters of flute length above your hole depth for good chip evacuation. That's all for this week. Hopefully this video will lead you guys to do some testing on your own before just drilling willy-nilly. Thanks for watching, take care, we'll see you next time.